Okay, now that I built my box, I went ahead and colored it on the diagonals. From each corner I made a diagonal and colored one side one color and the other side another color. And then on adjacent sides or sides that are next to each other, I colored the same color. So I just went around coloring each half a different color, and then I colored the ends yellow. So I have this box, which is a rectangle on the end. Make sure you turn it the right way, because now that's not a rectangle, it's a, we'll call it a kite, but that's not the point. Right now we're looking at rectangles. So this is what we call a three-dimensional box, and what I want to find out is what is the distance across the middle. So if I look down the middle of this thing and I see the top corner right here where the green meets the yellow and the pink, what's the distance from that corner all the way down to the opposite corner where the green and the pink meet the yellow again, on this face, so in this corner right here, you can see like that. So this diagonal across the middle, how long is that? Now I can get my well, first let's just do it through calculation. So we can use our Pythagorean theorem. So first let's think about, so I said this was 3 and 4 and this whole box is 12 long. So this triangle right here, this right triangle, would be, well, let me draw my box first. Okay, so this box is 3 by 4 by 12, and I want to find what is the distance from this corner all the way back to that back corner if I were to go through the middle of the box. So I split it this way, right? And so this length right here, 3 by 4, if I use my Pythagorean theorem, 3 squared plus 4 squared equals the distance squared, or c squared. So this is 9 plus 16 equals c squared, or 9 plus 16 is 25 equals c squared. So what times itself gives you 25, and that's 5 or negative 5, but we're only using the positive numbers, so it's just 5. So this distance right here is 5. So now if I split that box open and I look at this this face, right, this is 5 and this is 12. So now I have another right triangle to look at. So the new right triangle looks like this, and it's 5 by 12. So that's a right angle. And so my distance here, we'll call that the diagonal D, would be 5 squared plus 12 squared equals D squared. And 5 times 5 is 25, 12 times 12 is 144, and that equals D squared. Okay, so 25 plus 144, if I add those two together, 5 plus 4 is 9, and 4 plus 2 is 6, and we have a 1. So 169 is the diagonal squared. And what times itself gives you 169? So we're square rooting both sides. Well, it happens to be 13, so I'll just show you 13 times 13. And you could do it this way. You can guess, multiply it out, and see if you're right. I know it's more than 12. So let's see. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. Then you need a placeholder. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And we get 9, 6, and 1. So 169 checks out. So D itself is equal to 13. Okay, so the diagonal is 13. Now, most of the time you would, once you got your answer, you might check in the back of the book. We don't have a book here. We're just going to check it to the real world. So let's see if we got it right. So I take my measuring and I push it across like that, and it looks like it goes from 0 to 13. So looks like I got pretty close. And there are sources of error. I could have, not built this box very well, but it looks like it came out pretty well. Now you're going to go ahead and make your own box, and you're going to cut it a different way. So instead of cutting it along this face, you're going to cut it along this face, and see what you come up with.